Hey guys, welcome back to Team Death Slinger. My name is Peter, and today we're looking at another deck I'm super excited for in the new special release booster. It is Dynasmon X-antibody. This deck can OTK. It is a little bit vicious, and I enjoy it quite a bit. So, for our eggs, we're running 4 copies of the BT15 Nyaromon. When attacking by trashing the top or bottom card of your security, gain 1 memory. This is going to enable our level 5 unsuspend effects and pair with some of our level 4 inheritables to basically let us gain memory, unsuspend, and do Dynasmon things. So this is a super crucial egg for us. It is an enabler. 4 copies of the new BT18 Candlemon. On play, you're going to reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 yellow card with the data trait and 1 card with the Witchenly trait. Among them to your hand, the rest go bottom. So this is going to find us, I believe, just about everything except that Junkmon you see over there and our Blitz Omnis in this deck. And then the inheritable, there are lots of this inheritable. All turns once per turn when this yellow Digimon with the data or Witchenly, I guess it's Witchenly, not Witchenly, trait would leave the battle area by an opponent's effect. By trashing the top card of your security, it doesn't leave. So we do have protection on this stack. And then we will have 4 copies of the BT19 Tapirmon on play. By trashing your top security, gain a memory, same inheritable. 2 copies of the ST19 Junkmon decoy puppet trait. What I like about this rookie is we get the barrier inheritable, just extra protection, and it is nice to have. 2 copies of the BT18 Wizardmon. When digivolving by trashing your top security card, you draw 1, gain a memory. Fantastic for our memory efficiency. This is technically a 1-cost evo if we trash the security, which in most cases we're going to want to. This again has a protection inheritable. 4 copies of the BT6 Wizardmon. I do like this over the other Wizardmon we just went over there because we have so many of that protection inheritable. This inheritable says when a card is removed from your security stack, gain a memory. That just pairs really nicely with the egg and enables us to do a lot of things without getting choked. So I'm on 4 copies of this card and then 4 copies of the BT19 Wizardmon X. It evos on Wizardmon for 0, so we should be able to go into Wizardmon and then Wizardmon X to guarantee that protection inheritable if for some reason we don't have it on our level 4. On play, when digivolving, add your top security card to the hand. Then if Wizardmon or X-antibody is in your sources, you place a yellow or purple option card with a cost 5 or less from your hand as the bottom security effect. This is for Dynasmon's new option just to guarantee that it is in our security. And then all turns we have the protection effect. So this is a super crucial card for this deck, and we want to make sure we have it at 4. Now we're getting into the OTK territory. We are on 4 copies of Mistymon from BT18. It has barrier. On play, when digivolving by trashing your top security card, change the original DP of 1 Digimon to 6k until the end of your opponent's turn. And then all turns when a card is removed from your security stack, you may unsuspend this Digimon. Now, you might be starting to see how we're getting the aggression in this deck is when we swing with our egg that lets us trash our security. That is going to be an automatic unsuspend on this level 5. We're going to have 3 copies of the SkullBaluchimon from BT19 on play, and when digivolving by trashing your top security card, delete 1 of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon and gain a memory. So this does cost extra to evo. This is 4 instead of 3. The trade-off is you get to pop an opponent's level 4 or lower and gain a memory, so it is going to wind up costing 3. And then you get to recover 1 on deletion. Same inheritable as Mistymon for the extra aggression. For our level 6s, we have 2 copies of the Dynasmon Ace from BT18. It has Raid. On play, when digivolving and when attacking by trashing your top security card, 1 of your opponent's Digimon gets 6k DP until minus 6k DP until the end of their turn. And then all turns when you have 3 or fewer security cards, this Digimon gains blocker until the end of the turn. So this pairs really nicely with the Mistymon. Obviously, you set your opponent's Digimon to 6k DP. If they swing in, you Dynasmon Ace. You're going to pop the 6k DP, and then hopefully this will have blocker and plus 4k. So he will be a 16k DP blocker, which is a little bit difficult to get around. I did play around in the slot with other cards like the Shadow Seraphimon Ace, Valkyrymon Ace, stuff like that. They all do work pretty well. The main reason you want the Dynasmon Ace here is for the consistency to get into Dynasmon X-antibody. If you feel so inclined, you can totally run those aces and try and just hold them as the hand traps rather than evoing into them if you have to. But I do just prefer the extra consistency that this offers in the Dynasmon name. This is also a red level 6, which does matter for our OTK strategy here. Then we have 2 copies of the BT19 Dynasmon on play, and when digivolving by trashing your top security card, 1 of your Digimon gains blocker and gets 6k DP until the end of your opponent's turn. All turns when this Digimon would leave the battle area, if you have 2 or fewer security cards, you recover 1. The really cool thing about this is that this is going to synergize with your protection effects so that you can actually, we'll use Wizardmon X for an example. This card would leave the battle area by an opponent's effect. You're going to trash your top security. Then this effect is going to trigger if you have 2 or fewer security cards. You can actually recover 1. So this card is trying to even out your trashing of security and keep you at 2 security so that you don't actually just lose by trashing all your security out. Then we're going to go 3 copies of the Dynasmon X-antibody, kind of the star of the show here. He has Raid and Blocker, Evos on Dynasmon for 1, otherwise it's 4 on a level 5. When Digivolving and when attacking once per turn, if Dynasmon or X-antibody is in your Digivolution cards by trashing your top security card, trash your opponent's top security card, and this Digimon gets 6k DP till the end of the turn, so you will be an 18k Digimon, and then end of your turn, if you have 2 or fewer security cards, recover 1. So this is really cool because this is a automatic trash effect on your opponent's security. So now all we really need to do is give this card security +1, and then in conjunction with our unsuspend effect, we're going to be able to dish out 5 damage, basically the turn we evo into this. And we'll go over our full combo options once we finish going over the deck. So then we have 2 copies of the Blitz Omnimon. All of our level 6s here are red, so we do have the opportunity to evo into Blitz Omni and swing for game here. 2 copies of Fire Rocket. If one of your Digimon with 2 or more colors gains security attack +1, so this is one way to give Dynasmon X that extra security attack bonus. We have 2 copies. We do only need 1 security buff, but we have 2 copies because we are trashing security. We do have yellow search cards, so it is possible to search over this, and we want to make sure that our only copy does not get bottom decked or trashed from security. Then we are on 3 copies of X-antibody Protoform. This is just to make sure our Dynasmon Evo is 0 rather than 1. And you can Evo into it on your Wizardmon if you want to get this recurring inheritable back. So you can put this back in security and get a piece back when your stack dies. But for the most part, you find its use in making Dynasmon X 0 cost.
Hey guys, Peter from the future here. I just wanted to chime in for a second. I didn't realize this card's all the way up to almost $50 a copy as of October 28th. So I just want to point out very quick, X-antibody, the regular version of the card, also works great in this deck. If you cannot afford the Protoform, in some cases it might even work better. You can tuck this underneath your stack, swing with your regular Dynasmon, and then you can trash the security with the Nyaromon effect, gain 1 memory. If you have Wizardmon in your stack, you'll gain another memory, and then you can trigger the X-antibody effect in order to digivolve into this Dynasmon X for 1, and then because of at the least your egg, this is a memory neutral play or a memory +1 play, so the card still totally works. And if you can't afford the Protoforms, don't have to worry about it, just run the X-antibodies. 4 copies of Physical Training. It's going to find you your yellow pieces. You have to be careful on your timing for this, though, because this does whiff Omnimon, this does whiff Protoform, it whiffs Fire Rocket, and you can see Tai Kamiya over there that it does also whiff. So you want to make sure you're using this, hopefully when you're already set up, or if you have these pieces in your hand. You got to be a little bit mindful that when you're playing the search game, you are also running the risk of bottom decking one of these cards. 2 copies of Dragon's War. I would love to run more, but its space is tight. When this card is trashed from your security activated security effects, when you have yellow Digimon with data or Witchelney, you can ignore the color requirements. So basically, if you have Dynasmon, you ignore color requirements. By trashing your top security card, one of your opponent's Digimon gets -6k until the end of their turn. If you have 2 or fewer security, you place this as your bottom security. Remember, with Wizardmon X, we are tucking this as our bottom security option, and the security effect says delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6k DP or less. Then if you have 0 security cards, recover 1. So as a security card, this is basically a chump removal and then recovery card. So it is quite nice to have. And then lastly, 3 copies of the Memory Setter Tai Kamiya. If you have 2 or less memories, set your memory to 3. And then all of your red Digimon with 4 or more Evo sources gain sec +1. So this is our other way to give Dynasmon X security +1. So what does our full combo like? I want you to think of it this way. Everything under level 5 is here for search purposes, inheritable purposes, or efficiency purposes. All of these, realistically, can be evoed into the back to little to no consequence. Obviously, your Wizardmons do offer you some efficiency in going up the stack, but you don't have to feel bad about, like, turn 1, Candlemon, Wizardmon in the back, next turn promote, do your thing. You can even go all the way up to your level 5 in the back. It's not a big deal. What we care about here is we have this inheritable that says when a card is removed from your security stack, you unsuspend this Digimon. So ideally, we are just trying to get into a stack with Dynasmon safely. This can be either a Dynasmon out front. We can promote the level 5 out front with like a Dynasmon Blastace threat. So like you could promote this Mistymon or the SkullBaluchimon and then be sitting on the Dynasmon X threat. Because we have this protection inheritable, that is totally a legal play. So you can turn 1 level 3, then level 4, turn 2 promote, go into level 5. Let's say they swing in, you get the Blastace.
Now what you're doing is you're evoing into Dynasmon X, you're going to trash their security. They now have 4 security. You are going to use one of your security bonus effects. Either you have hit the Tai Kamiya by now and you played it and this is happening a turn later, or you didn't and you have a Fire Rocket in your hand. So we go into the Dynasmon X, we're going to pretend you have Proto form, so this is a 0 cost evo. You trash their security, they have 4 security. You play the Fire Rocket, you have security +1 on your Dynasmon X. You swing Dynasmon X for 2 checks, you trigger Nyaromon Egg. You're going to trash your security to gain a memory, so you should not be passing turn. And then we're even going to say you have this Wizardmon in your stack, so you're going to gain 2 memory, so you should be keeping turn off of this play. We have used 1 memory on the Fire Rocket, we've gained 2 memory, we should still have turn. Because you trashed a card from your security, with either the SkullBaluchimon in your stack or the Mistymon in your stack, you are going to unsuspend. You're going to swing 2 more checks with the Dynasmon X. Now they have 0 security, and now you finish it off with the Blitz Omni, and that is how you OTK with the Dynasmon X-antibody deck profile. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What are you doing with this deck profile? I know some people are running things like the Barrier Gatomons. I've seen some Revive from Darkness shenanigans. I don't know exactly how that worked, but this is the version I'm enjoying. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Consider becoming a YouTube member. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you to our YouTube members for supporting this channel. It's people like Langlong and Big Z11 who make videos like this possible.